Literally just washed this thing and it's dirty again already. I don't know how this keeps happening. We gotta do a little work on the Evora today, so I'm gonna head to the shop right now, and then we're gonna do some Lambo things. Lots of Lambo things. Lambo road trip, actually. I'm looking forward to it. Some highway driving. I haven't got to do that yet. Let's go. So we're back at the shop and my trunk's a little dirty, don't mind that. We got what I believe is a MAF issue, so we're gonna go ahead and pull this back cover off and dig into that a little bit. It's a pretty cool little cover, there we go. Well, we've got more leaves in here than I remember. That's a good way to start a fire. We'll get that all cleared out. I don't know how they must have gotten in here. Maybe through that crack. So if you guys remember a while back, we built kind of our own like short ram intake because the airbox on this car was extremely constricting, and we opened it up a little bit and it made for a really great sound, and it feels good and responsive. But I think what happened was a long time ago we blew an O-ring on our our mass airflow sensor, and then it was kind of leaking and it got our sensor dirty and it caused like a bad startup, and that's what we've been experiencing once again. So I think I put the wrong size O-ring in there, so we're gonna go ahead and pop it off and see how it looks. Well, kind of good news, bad news. The O-ring sealed properly. It's not the right size, it's a little large, but it did do its job. And our mass airflow sensor is not contaminated, so it's most likely not causing that problem. So that's kind of weird. We're gonna need to keep troubleshooting. I am gonna buy the right size O-ring when we're at the DMV, but for now, we gotta focus on getting the Lambo to the DMV. So we got our title in my backpack. Whether or not it's valid, I do not know. I have been surprised before, so fingers crossed on that one. As far as getting down to the DMV, we're gonna kind of be playing that whole race car test drive in the shop. You know, in Oregon, you're allowed to test drive a race car within 30 miles from the shop without registration, so we're gonna be playing that card a little bit. It's kind of a race car, right? And then we just gotta sneak down to the DMV. We do have insurance though. That's the most important thing in my eyes. That way you're protected and you're protecting people that are around you and stuff like that. Now in Oregon, in the state of Oregon, they don't do a thorough parts inspection to give you a rebuilt title on a salvage vehicle, which is what this is going to be. They're not going to care that, for instance, my seat's ripped, my airbags aren't there, or that my parts came off of 5 different cars. That's not really a thing that Oregon looks at. They just make sure that the VIN is right. So that's what we're going to be dealing with right now. Is the VIN on our window is good. The VIN on our door is not going to be. If it is there, it's not there. None of it's going to be right. But I'm hoping I can get them to do the passenger side, and that'll make them happy. So fingers crossed. Let's go down there. Lambo cold starts. Things dreams are made of. Bees for Broke key tags still available while supplies last. Lambo not included. We're at the DMV. Wish me luck. The DMV has an hour-and-a-half long wait, so we got our ticket. I went and bought literally just shy of 1,000 O-rings, so we're set on O-rings. Got our mass airflow sensor ready to roll. We'll clean that when we get back to shop and throw it back in the Evora. So now we wait. All right. The Lamborghini, I'm so happy to say, is registered in the state of Oregon. We're good to go. From now until forever. We have a salvage title, legit, for this car. If you're ever worried about maybe not getting through inspection, just, you know, let the DMV girl rev up your car. She'll like that. Put your foot on the gas and just rev it really hard. Isn't that cool? But no, this was actually really good. There are absolutely no complications, unlike the last time. So now we are insured, we're registered, we're ready to head down to Eugene and get this thing down there for paint. Oh, I haven't told you guys. We're going to get the car painted, so we got to go down to Eugene. That's about 2-hour drive away from me. We're about an hour and a half into the trip now, and I realized something early on in this car that is so insanely frustrating. It's a 2017 Lamborghini, sticker price of like $200,000. There's no cruise control. This car doesn't have cruise control. What the hell? People were laughing at me when I said the Raptor was like the most technological interior out of all the vehicles that I own. I don't see a single USB port anywhere in here, and it doesn't have cruise control. I think I just have bad luck. I was reading somewhere online that it could be added on, but I don't know. We gotta pass the truck, so we get to do Lambo things. Course mode, drop a couple gears. Oh, so good. I guess I have a car that makes the sounds. I don't have to go. One really cool thing about driving this car around that I honestly didn't expect is, you know, sometimes we drive crazy cars around, right? We got like the Vet cart, or we'll be driving like the Apocalypse G35 or whatever. Those cars get a lot of looks from like adults and stuff like that. This car, I've never seen so many kids like bust out their phones to take pictures of it. And I might be a little bit jaded since I've been like in the car community for so long and feel like, you know, you see these things, you don't really like need to take a picture, but it makes me so happy to see how happy these kids are getting. They're like smiling ear to ear and grabbing out their phones to take a picture of the car. That's pretty cool. I've never had that before. All right, we just arrived at Version X Auto Body in Eugene, Oregon. These are the guys that are gonna be painting the Huracan for us. They do all sorts of stuff here. They do collision. You can see it's all right there, actually. It's very nice. So if you need like collision, detailing, tinting, wrapping, they do that awesome, the clear stuff. Is it PPE? I don't know. I can't remember what it is. The paint protection clear stuff, they do that as well. I'll put a link to their website in the description. They got a great website. So if you're in the Pacific Northwest and you want to get some good work done, head out here. This is one of their crazy cars that you'll see at SEMA this year. It was also at SEMA last year. This S15 is really, really good looking. I really like it. It actually really makes me want to build one, but I'm supposed to build my 370, and they got all sorts of other fun toys out here. I also really like this G35. This thing is, I believe, the owner's daily, and the paint job is like immaculate. You can see the clear has like no orange peel. It's like a mirror. It looks beautiful. So if my paint comes out as good as that, I'm gonna be stoked. So I'm gonna take a minute to show them around all the weird things that we've already done and broken that need to be repainted on this thing, and then they're gonna take the keys. We're gonna wave goodbye. I've always loved these Maseratis. These are so dope. All right, we got a little car meet going on out here. But it's back to Portland for us. We gotta get out of here, work on the Evora. Bye, Lambo! All right, so we're back home, back working on the Lotus. It's clearly dark and a lot later out because we decided to just pop in for a second to watch the Blazers playoff game, and it went to quadruple overtime, so now it's like midnight, but I gotta get the car back together or else I can't drive it home. So, O-ring, right? O-ring is too big. We're gonna go ahead and take this guy out. Like I said, I bought about 1,000 of them, new ones, so we're gonna go ahead and replace that guy. Also, we're gonna use some MAF cleaner on our mass airflow sensor. All right, so this is kind of hard to see right here, but right about here, you have a part of the sensor right here, and then inside here, you have a couple more. And I always just use this kind of generic mass airflow sensor cleaner stuff. I'm just gonna give it a quick spray. And then if you see any contaminants, make sure that you sprayed them all the way off. And then also make sure it's completely dried up before you connect it back to the car's computer, to your plug right here. You want to make sure that all your contacts have completely dried. The stuff evaporates pretty quickly, so it should be about 30 seconds. And for us, after we do that, we're going to start hunting for our O-ring. And we've got our assortment of black, brown, green, and more black. So, well, that'll take a while. All right, now we got our mass airflow sensor cleaned, and it is currently drying up. We're gonna give it a little bit more time to dry up, and you can see that I got a nice snug O-ring fit on there that fits really nicely inside the hole. So we're gonna go ahead and bolt it back in, plug it in, and give it a test. All right, we got the airflow sensor plugged back in. Everything's clean, everything's dry. Let's go ahead and start it up. If you guys remember this morning, it was kind of like starting up to a kind of a rough start, a sputter, maybe even possibly a misfire. So we're looking for that not to happen here. There we go, sounds good. So, like I said before, since there was like no problem, by the way, this car sounds so good when it's just, you hear that like that's the mid-engine kind of sucking sound. It sounds so good. Anyways, because I didn't see a dirty mass airflow sensor or a broken O-ring, I'm not 100% sure that we've fixed this problem, but I think that we're on the right track. All right, just got home. I don't know if you guys have seen the home recently. Chelsea's made some wonderful changes. The wall's a different color. Anyways, Evora drove home great, so I'm hoping that that is 100% fixed. Huracan is off to paint. Man, I have very high hopes for that place, and I think we're going to have a good relationship moving on in the future. So if you guys have any needs that they do basically everything like I listed, link is in the description if you guys need some help with your auto needs. Other than that, next episode we're working on the Raptor. A lot of fun things are coming along on that, and we're really close. So in the next episode, you'll see it move around under its own weight, which I'm very, very excited about. So stay tuned for that by subscribing to the YouTube channel. Please subscribe and follow us on Instagram. We're B is for Build on Instagram. All right, guys, that's it. See you in the next episode. Peace.